Okay.
Okay, I'm Tom Hammerberg with Stantec Consulting, and we're working with the South Central Regional Council of Governments and the Shoreline Greenway Trail Organization and the towns of East Haven, Branford, Guilford, and Madison to put together a master plan for the or preliminary engineering study for the Shoreline Greenway Trail. This is the section through the city, or excuse me, this is the section through the town of Branford, and it starts at the Short Beach area of Branford. Here along Shore Drive, we would have a on-road bike component and pedestrians using the sidewalk on Shore Drive, running up along Short Beach Road. The plan here is to provide some widening at a future time for Shore Drive and Short Beach Road so that bicyclists have more room along the route. As you come up to the top of Short Beach Road, you come to the intersection of Maple Street, at which point the trail takes a right and turns east, and we'll have segregated bike lanes or separated bike lanes from the traffic along Maple Street. And that would run all the way along Maple Street. Pedestrians again using the continuous sidewalk along the north side of the street, around to the train station, and then on toward Indian Neck Avenue and the downtown area. Once again, here's Maple Street and Indian Neck Avenue. At that point, we would turn and go under the railroad tracks using the underpass there over to Meadow Street. Meadow Street would be shared use travel way, so the bikes would be sharing the roadway of the roadway of Meadow Street to get to Monowee Street. Again, pedestrians would use the sidewalk, continuous sidewalk along the north side of the street. At Monowee Street, the trail is a little problematic. We would have to make some improvements to the traffic circulation and traffic light by the addition of crossing lights, pedestrian signals, and so forth, to get bicycles and pedestrians around the intersection of Meadow Street, Pine Orchard Road, and Monowee Street. And then you'd continue on Monowee under the railroad tracks across the Branford River to South Monowee, where you would, at the intersection of Tabor Drive, you'd head east again. Once again, here we are at the Branford River, South Monowee, and then Tabor Drive, coming around Tabor Drive to the Tabor property that the town of Branford owns. And then across the Tabor property, we would be using a soft surface, possibly a hard surface, but right now it's envisioned to be a 10-foot wide soft surface path that meanders through the Tabor property, past the pond, and across to Pine Orchard Road. At Pine Orchard Road, the path connects up with an existing portion of the Shoreline Greenway Trail through the Pine Orchard property and then connects over to Birch Road. That's an existing path that's approximately 8 to 10 feet wide already, soft surface. And at Birch Road, road bicyclists would separate from the route and head up Sunset Hill Drive, Drifting Pond Road, and then come down Totoket Road back to the golf course here at the intersection of Blackstone Avenue and Totoket Road. Pedestrians would proceed through the Youngs Pond Park. There are no plans to make any improvements to the trails at Youngs Pond Park. They would remain as is. Pedestrians would move through the park on existing trails and then exit and cross at Blackstone Avenue here. And from that point, we would be off-road, coming around Blackstone Avenue to the intersection of Totoket Road, where we'd make a crossing and we'd be off-road again, coming down Totoket Road along the side of it, crossing again so that we can stay along the edge of the roadway and then back over to Tilcon Road, where we'd be off-road again. And these off-road portions, we provide protection from moving traffic so that pedestrians and bicycles are completely separated from traffic. And at that point, you're over here at the beginning of the Branford Trolley Trail. The Branford Trolley Trail portion would stay just as is, with possibly minor improvements, but that would be decided over time. At this point, it's envisioned that it would remain as is until you get across to Stony Creek. And at Stony Creek and the West Point Field here, we would again pick up. You'd be on the West Point Road coming out to Thimble Island Road. Bicyclists would be on road, sharing the road with traffic. Pedestrians would be using the sidewalks, and you'd go north until you intersected with School Street, and then on School Street you would go north to Lead Island Road and Route 146. At that point, the route becomes bicycle only because there's not too much room on Lead Island Road. And then the bicycles would follow Lead Island Road down to the town line, where there's a small parking lot, small gravel parking area off of 146. The plan is right now to widen Lead Island Road by by 2 feet on either side to provide more room for bicycles. And you know, this portion of the trail is to help put Connecticut DOT on notice that we have some improvements we'd like to make to the roadway for bicyclists. This also is a scenic highway, and so would have to go through that approval process also, so that it remains a scenic highway. Other portions through this, other possibilities to this property are some future long-term dreams and possibilities of moving through some of the inland property areas along the edge of the marsh and tidal wetlands and across to the Medland Farm and then out to Route 146. And that's it in a nutshell.
Okay. Perfect.
All right.